Hello, my lovely boomerizzles. It is good to see you again. Welcome back. And I was happy as shit when I saw this recommendation here. This is sent in by Dan the Man, who says, another great U.S. comedian that's hugely popular in the U.K. Of course, this is a 5-month-old request because I'm trying to stay in relative order of what I do on this particular box. But, yeah, I have checked him out by now. That was actually... really, that one clip that I did watch was really funny. But this is another clip of him live at the Apollo. I believe that last clip I saw was live at the Apollo too, but I thought he was funny. And he's yet another one like Rich Hall where you're like, nope, can't have him back. He's ours now, you muppet. And I get it. But I think that's actually really, like, I actually like seeing that because it means like you've accepted one of ours, you know? Which is... very heartwarming in a way, you know. It means like you guys at least like some of us. So I don't know, but Reginald D. Hunter, I think didn't somebody else tell me that the D is for delicious or something, or somebody asked him in person and he said the D was for delicious. I don't know, but anyway, let's get into this little 4-minute clip here of Mr. Reginald D. Hunter. Remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want. And let's check this out. Here we go. Got everything right? Yeah.
About 3 years ago, I split up with my last girlfriend. And we split up roughly around the time she fucked somebody else. And...
damn, that was blunt.
roughly in the same vicinity of time. And I was hurt, but I couldn't... I've cheated before, a fair bit, and I've been cheated on a lot, probably more than I know. I have played this scene more than Olivier has played Shakespeare. So if I'm gonna say something to her, I can't come from a position of moral superiority. So I asked her, I said, why? And she says, honestly? I said, yeah, you made me do it. How did I do that? You were never here. You were always absent, you were always gone, and your absences made me feel insecure, unworthy, and it forced me to get validation from someone I didn't even like. I said, let me see if I understand. I made you fuck somebody while I wasn't even present. What an unusual superpower.
Oh, man. Oh.
Is that what you're gonna tell your friends? I just wanna know in case I bump into your friends at a party and they shoot me bitch looks and I'll be in on the joke. I can go, yep, I am such a prick, I messed up, I deserve your scorn. I was jogging through the forest one morning and 50 yards away I saw a meteor that had recently crash landed. I could still feel the heat and the radiation, but I felt compelled to go up to it. I tore off a piece, stupid me, I ate it, and all of a sudden, I had the ability to make people fuck one another, provided they didn't like one another and I wasn't present. And I was so excited with this new power, the first and only person I could think of to test it on was my girlfriend.
And she was probably like, that is exactly right. I knew it all along.
By the way, if any of you have recently had unwanted sex, it's probably my fault. The other day I gave a lady a compliment and I realized that British people's it's proper.
So, hold on. Play that again one more time.
By the way, if any of you have recently had unwanted sex, it's probably my fault.
That's one of the rapiest things I've ever heard.
The other day I gave a lady a compliment, and I realized that British people's problem with compliments is they can't tell if you're slagging them off or not. They can't tell. A buddy of mine, he was wearing this hat the other day, and I said, hey, bro, you look snappy in that hat. And he was like, and I said, I'm American. I have no subtext. And he went, oh, well, thank you very much. I was at a party one night, and I was minding my own business. And a young lady walked up, and she says, "Reginald D. Hunter." I said, "Yes, ma'am. I heard you have issues with women." I said, "Really? Which ones?" "You know, issues." I said, "No, ma'am, I don't. Are you saying I blame women for global warming or Greece not having no money, or what you say?" "Probably some woman broke your heart, and then you just blamed all women after that." I said, "Oh, so then you thought it would be helpful to me if you came over and was dismissive to me about my issues." I wasn't being dismissive. "Yes, ma'am, you were."
That's actually all comedy aside, that's actually a really good response. That's something that you think of after the fact, though. If you thought, well, I don't know, he's a stand-up comedian, he's got to be quick on his feet. So maybe he did say it immediately. I don't know. But that's a very, very good response to that.
Said, "Oh, so then you thought it would be helpful to me if you came over and was dismissive to me about my issues." I wasn't being dismissive. "Yes, ma'am, you were. You walked up and gave me a piece of gossip and then gave me the summation of what it's supposed to be. You haven't asked me anything about myself. It was dismissive." "You take that back. I was not being dismissive." I said, "Okay, maybe I'm misjudging. I have had a drink. And who knows? Maybe your period's on." And
Oh no! Oh no!
and she looked at me like, and I said, "You don't like it because it's dismissive."
Genius. Genius. Fucking genius. That was actually, I was more impressed with his responses than his comedy in that one. Not saying I didn't like the comedy. I did, clearly. But, wow. Really like what he had to say in that. Reginald D. Hunter. The philosopher. I don't know. But, yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. Thank you, Dan the Man, for sending that in. That was, yeah. And, I mean, he's right. He's right. That whole thing, I mean, that's where, you know, I really love it when the, it's probably why Carlin's my number one of all time. But, yeah, I like the comedians that make you think as well as make you laugh. Those are the best. For sure. So I really like that. And, hey, you guys clearly want to hang on. Do you want to give him back? Yes? No? Or at least let us borrow him for a couple of weeks, you know? No? Yes? I don't know. But anyway, Dan the Man, thank you for sending that in. Remember to like, subscribe, and do whatever you guys want. And I will see you again soon. Have a great day.